Alright you freaks, what the most expensive thing you've ever licked? Jim am I Newton gonna lick my student id. Edit. Thanks for the gold kind stranger. I will wear it proudly in my graduation as it is my first gold. BRB licking my university diploma. MMMMM 28k piece of paper. Edit. I'm Canadian and graduated nearly 10 years ago. Yes I realize the US has more expensive schooling. Edit 2. It was a 4-year honors bay. Stop asking. That's pretty cheap. When I was younger and went to my dad's job site I helped put up a $10 million dinosaur fossil and wanted bragging rights, so I licked that motherfucker. It's basically a video of the Hoover Dam. Sexually transmitted dinosaur. My wife. She's a doctor and her students' loans are paid in full. Damn, that's hot. Nothing gets me going like paid off student loans. Haagen-Dazs ice cream. There is a Haagen-Dazs store by my house. One day we passed by and my daughter saw they had a rainbow polka dot waffle cone that matched the dress she was wearing. She was ecstatic and I bought her an ice cream in that cone. It was $10. $10 for one ice cream cone. Now she turned it into a tradition. About once per month, she puts on her polka dot dress and we go to Haagen-Dazs and I spent $10 for one ice cream cone. The things we do for our kids. Those memories are gonna be worth a lot more than $10 in the long run. It's a good investment. Buy one for yourself as well. Somebody's got stock in Haagen-Dazs. Eat the rich. The Rosetta Stone. The next year it was under glass. I would like to think child me had something to do with that. Which language did you end up getting a taste of? Cuneiform, but it feels prickly on the tongue. Edit. This is a silly comment. Cuneiform is not on the Rosetta Stone. That's the Behistun inscription. I agreed with another poster hours ago. Many silly comments follow. Maybe I should have said, yeah Egyptian. Cat water flat palm snakes neck water. A German WWI Jagdtiger tank destroyer. There's only like 3 left in the entire world. I wonder how much they cost. Edit. Wow this blew up. To answer some questions. It was the one in Bovington. I did it because it was a once in a lifetime chance and I licked the side armor close to the rear because it was more discreet. It tasted awful. I licked a Russian ZSU-57-2 SBAA, but there's a few dozen left of those. Not as rare, but still a cool thing. You now have selenium in your system. It will make his bones super strong. I once licked a pole which you can grab for balance/support in a train. I regret that lick. That's how you get super AIDS. *GONASYPHILAIDS. Not I, but my father has licked a F4 Phantom II. He attempted to lick the Aston Martin DB5 used in Goldfinger and was close, but it was too crowded. Edit okay, looks like I'll be getting my father on here. He's got a few exploits. Licking stuff he found cool, which was often expensive, was his thing for a long time, unfortunately. Edit 2, I checked in with him. He's licked a sea venom as well. I think the trick to doing it without being noticed in a crowd would be to get down on your hands and knees, like you're looking at the suspension, and then go in for a little tongue action. I licked and ate a piece of the original brick structure from the Colosseum in Rome. Why? To show my dominance over the Roman Empire obviously. Edit. Didn't expect to find so many other historical liquors out there. I'm glad I'm not alone. I also aim to consume part of the Great Pyramids of Giza, the Great Wall of China, and Machu Picchu to name a few. Vinny. Viddy. E.T. I came. I saw. I eated. I've licked 8 out of 9 of the red arrows. Just need to lick red 1 to complete my collection. This is more entertaining if you don't work with the RAF. I'm imagining their security going god amid squiggle-tastic snuck on base to lick our planes again. Planes or pilots. A friend of mine, well-off family, American Embassy House, had an original Picasso line drawing in his living room. Another friend dared me to lick it in a game of truth or dare and there you go. Think it was in the high 5 figures? Picasso line drawings, depending on rarity, are not necessarily that valuable. I have one, Ballerino, that was got for a few $100s. Huge meteorite in a space museum. I just wanted to know how space tastes alright. Next year my friend went there. to do the same. So, if you wanna join our meteorite lickers club and ever find yourself in Moscow, the meteorites are in secluded room usually without any personnel, so it's very easy to get away with wink wink nudge nudge. I'm told that when I was a toddler I licked the moon rock in the Air and Space Museum. My honey has licked the testicles of the Wall Street Bull statue. He regretted it. We have all metaphorically licked the testicles of the Wall Street Bull. The Liberty Bell. There's dozens of us. I too have licked the Liberty Bell. Was How I Met Your Mother an influence, or did they get the idea from dozens of people licking the bell already? My girlfriend. She's priceless. Unexpectedly cute answer, considering the other responses. Here's an upvote +1. At a bare minimum, she is worth about $4.50 in basic element. Government agencies place her at about $6-9 million. Black market chop shops put her at a number that could reach up to $45 million. So probably the most expensive thing you have licked. I had a dumb idea as a kid to lick as many national and historic monuments as I could. I figured as the number racked up it would become impressive. Unfortunately, I'm also lazy and people kept telling me it was a stupid idea, so I only got to 3. I've licked the Liberty Bell, the Statue of Liberty, and Stonehenge. That's still impressive. I've licked Gravediga, yeah, the monster truck, on 2 separate occasions. Also the Zamboni ice resurfacer at Key Bank Center. Edit. 4+ years on Reddit and my top comment is about the vehicles that I've licked. Oh Reddit, way to keep it weird. I read that as ice surfer and was about to Google how much ice surfers make. Edit. Apparently, they are commonly called snowboarders and not ice surfers. Played hockey for 13 years and it was always a Zamboni. Ice surfacer was what public skate people called it. Dated a rich trust fund girl that was extremely high maintenance. My wallet was very thankful when I stopped licking her. But yeah, definitely wins for worth the most at somewhere over 8 figures. Why do you say extremely high maintenance? She expected to be treated to nice things and be paid huge amounts of attention. It was work to date her. Finally my time to shine. This will probably get buried, but I can't not respond. Not once, but twice, I've licked dinosaur bones. The first time was at Science World in Vancouver, and the second was at some dinosaur museum in, I think, Wyoming. I'm not 100% sure if the bones in Wyoming were authentic bones, or if they were a cast, but the ones in Vancouver definitely were actual bones. Now, I'm not sure if you can put a price tag on dinosaur bones as they are not really something you can readily purchase, but it's definitely the most valuable thing I've ever licked. Edit. I just realized the top comment on here is also about dinosaur fossil licking. I can't ducking believe it. 300 quart faceted tanzanite gemstone. I can't remember how expensive it was, hundreds of thousands. Used to work at jewelry stores. Stonehenge. My family went on a tour and my older sister was acting all badass for touching Stonehenge. Naturally I couldn't let her be the baddest motherfucker who touched Stonehenge, so I had to lick it. I was older than I'd like to admit. How much do you figure the average eyeball costs? Not sure if it has any worth or value, but I once went on a tour through the German salt mines as a kid and I licked the wall of the mine to see if it was salty. It was salty. I've always been worried I'll get trouble for this, but the Apollo 11 command capsule, the hull, where space touched it, not the crew compartment. You know the only thing that can't touch things is space, right? I licked the stolen finger bone of a Christian saint because my professor offered me extra credit to do it. She wouldn't tell me whose finger it was because she wasn't supposed to have it, but it was definitely real. The GWP is about $80 trillion, and I licked the ground of the planet Earth, so does that count? As a kid I licked the McDonald's counter in a not so nice area of town. It might not have been an expensive item, but my 5-year-old self sure paid for it by becoming violently ill and throwing up for a full week. When I was younger and went to my dad's job site I helped put up a $10 million dinosaur fossil and wanted bragging rights, so I licked that motherfucker. It's basically a video of the Hoover Dam. Sexually transmitted dinosaur. Ducking. Subscribe to Reddit Throne. Ducking subscribe to Reddit throne.